Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 1 September 2022. A Thursday night at 9 o'clock. That means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Just in time for Labor Day. We've got sort of a big one tonight. 32 sale lots with 34 total items and 33 knives, I believe. So it's going to take a while to get through this and do each one justice. Before we get into the meat of the sale, let's do a little bit of housekeeping, shall we? First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also reprint them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description, just above the terms, at the very top, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first, extremely important if you are new to this weekly sales event. It's entitled A Primer for Buyers, and it's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So watch that and you'll understand how we do things and why. The second link will be to my FAQs for Consignors video. If you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection, that video will explain to you how it all works from the consignors perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in that all-important description, you'll see those 3 links at the top, then the terms of the sale, and then at the bottom you will find the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. In that pricing column, you'll normally see 2 numbers. The number to the left of the slash is the price of the knife as shown, the number to the right as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be next day sharpening this week for the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened. If you're outside that first 6, let not your heart be troubled. It'll just be 2 or 3 weeks before your knife ships. All as shown knives will ship tomorrow, the 2nd, Friday. I think that's about it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you now, and we'll be right back with the sale inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we have just one leftover from last week. And this was one of 2 of this same knife from ESEE. This is, according to that label or an abbreviation of, this is the Xancudo with an X fixed blade. The knife comes in this molded plastic sheath. Not attached is the steel spring clip with hardware. And then this is going to come with an extra set of scales and scale hardware. Okay. The Xancudo has a handle of 3D machined black and orange G10. It pops out of that there sheath. And here's what you got. Look at that little beauty. The Xancudo features an S35V end blade, beautifully stone washed, 3 1/16 inches of blade length. The handle is going to be 4 1/16. Absolutely wonderful in the hand, by the way. Great little spear point, almost like a mini Kephart. Looks like 1/8 inch stock. Some jimping, pretty much for indexing, not a lot of traction. Nice little Coke bottle going on. Condition of this knife will be like new in the box. These sell online at your favorite web retailer for $135. We ran this last week with the 2 sets of scales at 120. I'm not sure what those extra scales would set you back, probably 30 or 40 bucks. It didn't sell at 120. We dropped it to 100 for the weekend. It's still here, so we're going to do 90 bucks. Now the one with one set of scales, just like this, sold quickly at 110. So if somebody picks this up for 90, that's going to be a heck of a buy. That is the ESEE Xancudo fixed blade. Add 20 if you'd like it sharpened, and next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. Next up, this is my Save Me From Myself knife tonight, guys. From Spyderco. This one made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. What does that box say? Paramilitary 2 black aluminum? Yes, that's what it says. Check this out, guys. Oh my, oh my. Oh. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there is a very fine mill pattern in those solid aluminum scales. Spyderco calls it the Cosmic Arc mill pattern, and then it is black hard anodized. The cool thing about this knife, not so cool if you're my consignor, because he bought aftermarket scales for it and they wouldn't work because there are no liners in this knife except the leaf that locks the compression lock. That's it. Just aluminum on the inside. Other than that, super light. I have not weighed it, but I'm thinking lighter than a regular Paramilitary 2. Blade steel on this one is CTS BD1N, which is performance-wise vastly different than CTS BD1. The addition of nitrogen to this steel makes it very martensitic and super wear resistant. Great steel. Kind of an interesting steel everybody forgot about quickly. Mechanicals on this knife, rock solid lockup, free swing in action, and a perfect centering. Condition near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock. Oh, by the way, this is a Collector's Club knife, number 017V. But the production version was sold at various retailers online. They're out of stock. They ran at 140 when they were new. Now, I'm not sure about Collector's Club models, but production models are selling on eBay. They must have sold out quick because they're doing between 174 and 195 in the sold listings on eBay. We're going to do this one at 170 like it is, 190 with my edge, and I don't think you can find a nicer one, guys. Extremely good mechanicals on this knife. It's the Para 2 BKAL BD1N. Next up, my goodness, have I got a deal for you guys. Have I got a deal for you guys. Let's talk about the box first. It is a Spyderco. It is from Taichung, Taiwan, and it's a Gayle Bradley 2. But check this out, guys. I have a Sharp Dress Knives baggie with the original carbon fiber over G10 scales. I have another Sharp Dress Knives baggie with a set of natural canvas micarta scales. I have a factory PVD coated clip, and then I've got this knife wearing black canvas micarta from Sharp Dress Knives, and it comes with both sets of micarta, and they run 69 bucks a set. And then it's got kind of a parkerized clip, which I think goes extremely well with that black canvas. Then you've got an M4 bladed Gayle Bradley 2. Hollow ground, super skinny, super steel. Lockup is dead solid. It is right there. Smooth action. Perfect centering. So let's see, guys. They're discontinued and out of stock. Sold listings for plain bone stock original Gayle Bradley 2, sold listings on eBay between $175 and $200. Then you got $138 worth of custom scales that go with this one. We're going to sell the whole shooting match. $200 like it is, $225 with my edge, next day sharpening available. That is the Spyderco Gayle Bradley 2 and then 2 custom scales. Next up, this one has no box, but it ain't gonna matter. From a zero tolerance, the ZT0620 BLK, Emerson designed, Tonto bladed beauty. I've got 3 5/8 inches of DLC coated L-Max in a Tonto profile. I have a thumb disc, I have a wave opener, I have milled black G10 showside scale, the wonderful hex pivot, stonewashed titanium on the lock side, the Emerson style ZT clip, steel inserted titanium frame lock. There is your engagement. It is rock solid. It's a ZT620, so the action is going to be like butter. Oh, so sweet. Centering on this one, perfect. Let's see, I'm calling this near mint, no box. You might see a couple little evidence of use in the DLC coating, but it's pretty squared away. No real edge wear. It might have been stropped up, pretty sharp. Let's see, they're discontinued, they're out of stock. eBay sold listings on pre-owned models running between $250 and $270. This one can be yours, $220 like it is, $250 with my edge on that Tonto blade. That is the ZT0620 BLK. Next day sharpening available. Next up, man, I lied to you guys yesterday. I said couldn't remember a Benchmade in the sale. Well, there is one in this here blue box, and this is an unobtainium knife, guys. The Benchmade 761 Monolock. So Benchmade was seriously going after the Sebenza a few years ago when they released this knife. I've got bead blasted 3D machine titanium scales. Look at the refinement on this. Look at that lock bar cut. Look at that gorgeous milled titanium clip tip down right hand only. I've got some hourglass standoffs. I've got the adjustable monolock. I've got thumb stud on one side just like a Sebenza. I got ball bearings though. A beautifully swedged drop point blade in M390. Blade length is 3 5/8, handles 4 7/8. There is your lock engagement. It is beautiful. It is rock solid. Drop shutty action. Blade centering is doggone close to perfect as my naked eye can see. Just some very, very minor snail trails, a little burnishing on the end of the clip. Very much near mint in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. Sold listings on eBay running between $250 and $400, and most of them in the $300 to $400 range. The knife I found at $250 was kind of a turd. This one can be yours at $285 like it is, $310 if you would like. My edge on it, and next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Benchmade 761 Monolock. Next up, we have one from who? From who? I think it might be from Enrique Pena and his X series of Chinese manufactured knives. This is kind of a cool one, I got to say. It is the Pena X series Barlow front flipper clip point. So we've got 3 3/4 inches of closed length, excluding the protrusion for the front flipper. I can't front flip, guys. I just can't do it. Beautiful sort of Lanny's clip style blade. In M390, blade length is 2 7/8. It's a titanium bolster lock with a steel insert. Natural canvas micarta covers. Milled titanium pocket clip. There is your lock engagement. It is rock solid. The ball bearing action is silky smooth and the centering is perfect. I can't do them, man. I just can't flip fronts. I can't flip front flippers at all. I suck at this, man. Trust me, it works good if you know how to do it. I just don't. So we're going to call this one Like New in the Box. They are out of stock everywhere in this color. Blade HQ still has some of their dealer exclusive of the black blade and the black bolsters and I think black canvas. But these in the natural canvas are out of stock. When they were available, they were $274 web new. This one in Like New in box condition and a perfect example can be yours at $240 like it is. $265 with my edge on it. That's the Pena X Series Barlow front flipper clip. Next up, my friends, it's like the one Chinese knife company I like. Why? Because they say where they make the knives, right on the box. Made in Yangjiang, China. It's a TwoSun, and it's the TS316. Kind of an interesting knife. We've got some greeny, aqua-y, purpley, anodized honeycomb scales, a milled titanium clip, kind of a larger knife, 4 13/16 inches of closed length. It is titanium scales and titanium liner lock, kind of an odd configuration, not a frame lock. The blade is 14C28N steel from Sandvik, kind of a shiny satin, and I think the camera will pick up there are some scratches from use in this blade. Blade length is 3 7/16. There is your titanium frame lock engagement. It's rock solid. Ball bearing pivot, very nice. Centering, it's down in there so far, but it's perfect. So other than those scratches in the blade face, very nice knife. So we'll call it near mint in box, scratches noted. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $80. Web new. We're going to do this one at $60, like it is. $80 with an Apostle P edge. That's the TwoSun TS316. Next up, we have a light from Olight. It is the Warrior Mini 2 TI Water Edition. Inside the box, you'll find, if I can ever get the box open, these are horrible to open. There's some instructions in the bottom. Your USB charger is here. Okay. Here's the light, and it is a handsome devil. Now, I believe the water designation would be from the milling graphics on the barrel. It is anodized dark blue, and I guess it's titanium. Overall length is 4 5/8. It's got a pocket / ball cap bill clip. It's got a split ring. And I'm not quite sure the button configuration. That's your strobe with the tail cap button. And then this other button, I think, toggles between the modes. But anyway, I didn't get into this in too deep a detail. It's a brand new light. I do know this. 5 modes plus the strobe. You got 1 lumen, 15 lumens, 120, and then a 500-200. So maybe that goes down to 200 as the power reserve and the 18650 battery gets lower, and then the highest setting is 1750 lumens. As I said, an 18650 lithium battery with USB charger. It is like new in the box. If you can find the Warrior Mini 2 TI Water, which it's not that easy to find online, but you might find one for $140, or just buy this one. No postage to pay, no sales tax to pay, like new in the box, $119, and that's a heck of a light. The Olight Warrior Mini 2 TI Water. Next up, a knife I have never seen or even heard about. This is from Au Sabot. And this black circle tells you the cover material, cornet, which means horn. So let's see. This, I believe, is a French-made knife. It's the Coutellerie Au Sabot barrel knife. You've got some buffalo horn covers, steel bolsters and end caps, kind of crudely lined, by the way. I've got a cam tang knife with a big old sheep's foot blade. The steel is XC75, which is probably a lot like 1075. The deeply stamped maker's mark says Le Sabot, France. Let's see, 3 3¾ inches closed length, so the blade's probably about 3 inches. The cam tang action is okay. You know, it's not like GEC walk and talk. Centering is actually very close. Condition is near mint in box. I have no idea on pricing, guys. None whatsoever. I do know this. My consignor wants 50 bucks. Like it is 65 with my edge on it. That's the Coutellerie Au Sabot barrel knife. Next up, let's get to a traditional slip joint I actually know something about. From the WR Case & Sons Cutlery Company, Bradford, Pennsylvania. I got me a case TB61117 CV Swayback. Yes, I do. We've all seen these before, haven't we? Look at that gorgeous chestnut pick bone. Chamfered nickel silver bolsters. Script shield. Then I've got this little CV steel Wharncliffe blade. It's about a 6.5 pull, and it's on a half stop. I'll say this, the walk and talk is just mushy. It closes okay, but that's about it. Centering is very close. We'll call it near mint in the box, and it can be yours. You're buying the jigging on this knife, guys. Look at that. Gorgeous. And the Tony Bose design. Well, let's do 50 bucks on this one. 50 like it is. 65 if you'd like my edge on it. That's the Case TB61117 CV Swayback. Next day sharpening available. Next up, in another offering from WR Case & Sons Cutlery Company, we have a pocket worn model. Where is it? There it is. 6249 SS Copperhead in Bermuda green, jigged bone. Here's the Copperhead, 3 15/16 inches of closed length. Gorgeous Bermuda green jig bone. Pocket worn finish, kind of melted jigging. Nickel silver bolsters and end caps. Script shield. True sharp stainless. Cam tangs, about a 5.5, maybe a 6 pull. Beautiful walk and talk. Main clip. Secondary pen. A nice big usable pen. Got some scuffing from use, it appears. A little bit of edge wear, but very little. Still plenty sharp. We'll call this one near mint in the box. Let's do 60 on this one. 60 like it is. 85 I sharpened both blades. That's the Case 6249 SS pocket worn Copperhead. Next up, we got one from Schatt and Morgan American Pocket Knives, the Keystone series, warranted unconditionally. I believe these are 1095 steel. And the knife inside is the model 043160 Sowbelly, produced in 2008. Oh my lord, would you look at that. It looks awfully familiar to a recent Great Eastern Cutlery pattern. Look at that worm groove bone. Look at that nickel silver keystone shield. Lined and pinched bolsters. And we have a 3-blade Stockman blade set. There's the main clip. Long pull cut swedge. Let's see. Cam tang action. I'm going to say 7 pull. Listen to the walk and talk though, guys. There's the main. There's the secondary sheep's foot. And here's the secondary spay. All 3 blades, excellent snap. There is rubbing. It's a Stockman pattern without liners, but all blades actually are well centered and aligned. Condition will be near mint in box. A beautiful example of a now extinct cutlery company. Yeah. Let's do on this one 125 like it is, 155 with my edge on all 3 blades. That's too cheap, by the way. Yeah. So guys, this is the same queen pattern that all those Winchester Sowbellys were made from, and the pattern that Bill Howard's brain took with him to GEC to make, what is it, the 88? Yeah. Piece of history right here. 125 like it is, 155 sharpen. Next up, speaking of Great Eastern Cutlery, you guys remember this tube? Yes, you do. That is for the Northfield number 38 English Whittler model 380321 in burnt orange jigged bone. And you get with it the Northfield English Whittler button. Oh yeah, and a knife. Man, what a stunner, isn't it? You have nickel silver rat tail bolsters. You have the old Sheffield style shield. Kind of a melted peach seed in burnt orange. Just beautiful jigging. Just beautiful. Main blade is a Warncliffe, and man, it's doggone near an 8 pull. That is a stout pair of springs on the split back Whittler with the center wedge spacer. Cut swedge, deep nail neck, that old English style unexcelled etch. Beautiful cam tang walk and talk. And then you'll have half stops on the secondaries for the coping and the pen. Zero rub, beautiful alignment, beautiful walk and talk. Near mint to like new in tube. Sold listings on eBay for this exact 38 English Whittler. Run between $247 and $395. This one, like new in tube, and a beautiful example, can be yours. $250 like it is, $285. I sharpen all 3 blades. The GEC Northfield number 38 English Whittler. Next up. Oh. If it weren't for a jig pattern I'm not particularly fond of, you guys would never have seen this knife. From the Northfield Unexcelled line of fine pocket knives from Great Eastern Cutlery, we've got a number 651122 Ben Hogan Bullet in Indian paintbrush jigged bone. Now, the color of this jigging is stunning red. Stunning red. Bullet shield, triple lined and pinched bolster, plain end cap. 1095 steel. Blade or close length 4 9/16. 7.5 pull on the half stop slip joint. Gorgeous blade, long pull, cut swedge. Trying to get you a good shot of that etch. There you go. Stunning clip point. Stunning walk and talk. Blade centering will favor the right ever so slightly. Condition on this one, we'll say near mint to like new in tube. With button. Oh, I got a button. I do. I got a Northfield bullet button. Yeah. Let's do 170 like it is, 190 with my edge. And that is the Rob's pick for tonight's sale. GEC Northfield number 65 Ben Hogan bullet. Next up, I love these knives. I love them because I love the guy who does the SFO. Great Eastern Cutlery Northfield Premium Pocket Knife. It is a number 852116 EO bullet and jack. Special factory order for Michael Latham CollectorKnives.net. This one in bloodwood. Look at this, guys. Lined and pinched bolsters and end caps. Beautiful bloodwood covers. Corset shield. Easy open notch. Pinch it. Even with its 8.5 pull. If you grab it by the long pull, that's every bit of an 8.5. Beautiful walk and talk. Blade centering is very close to perfect. You got 3 11/16 inches of closed length. One of the most beautiful spear point blades ever made. That teardrop spear. Match striker, long pull, beautiful cut swedge. Just a stunning piece of work. Near mint to like new in tube. This is about unobtainium, guys. One of 36 made in this cover. I found one sold listing on eBay. Guess how much? $409 somebody paid for it. This one can be yours at the bargain price of $275 like it is. $290 with my ad. That is the GEC Northfield number 85 bullet and jack. Next day sharpening available. Next up, a knife I did not know existed. So what you got there, I guess, is Blade HQ times Jesper Voxness. Maybe it's plus. I don't. Anyway, it's a Blade HQ branded knife made in Maniago. It's the Blade HQ Vox Dapper in green micarta. Yeah, I need to turn my page. Son of a gun. Never happens. Look at this, guys. Look at that little cutie. It looks very Vox. Deep OD green. Deep carry wire clip, reversible, left or right tip up. Look at the low profile flipper, guys. Man, does that work well. Yeah. Ball bearing flipper. Stainless steel liner lock. Blade steel is M390, just 2 3/8 inches of swashbuckling clip point. The handle is 3 3/4. Got kind of a gold anodized backspacer, not sure what material, probably aluminum. Rock solid lockup. Nice free ball bearing pivot. Sweet flipping action. And blade centering is close, but it might favor the right just a little. Let's see. We're gonna do we'll call it like new in the box. Price of these brand new at Blade HQ is $160. We're gonna do $135 shipped priority mail on this one. $160 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Blade HQ Vox Dapper. Next day sharpening available. It's one of the first 6. Next up, one of my favorite ZTs, guys. Here it is. We're going bold. This is the ZT0393 Hinderer, okay, in 20 CV. So this is the second ZT Hinderer Eclipse. So you had the 392 and then the 393. This has that sort of beautifully milled tuxedo scale G10, which looks great over the blue anodized titanium frame. A little bit of pocket wear on the frame and on the clip. The clip is tip up, ambidextrous, left to right with a fill tab on the side you're not using. The handle length on the 393 is, I forgot, I don't know, about 4 5/8 probably. Blade, 2-tone DLC in satin, CPM 20 CV, got a harpoon sponto. This will be more thinly ground than the Hinderer equivalent. Beautiful lockup. There's your engagement. Nice free ball bearing action. Nice perfectly centered blade. Flipping action on these is stunning. So I can't find any of this configuration in stock. There's a lot of the like acid stonewash titanium S35 knives around, but none of these I could find new in stock. Let's do, just because it's got a little wear, it's a user, let's do 185 like it is. 210 with an Apostle P edge. That's the ZT0393. Next up, oh, this is kind of a sad one. It's a Lone Wolf, and it's a made in USA but made by Benchmade Lone Wolf. I still don't know why they bought the brand. They produced knives for like a year and then discontinued the brand. But this is one of those 1 or 2 years of Benchmade produced Lone Wolves, and this is the Trask, and it's a pretty cool pocket knife, kind of old school Lone Wolf. I'm not sure what kind of wood this is. It kind of looks like walnut. It kind of looks like birch. It is not a laminated product. It's solid wood. And look at the milling. It's really quite beautiful. And kind of a satin finish. You got the old school Lone Wolf clip, tip down, right hand only. And then you got a pretty cool blade. What would you call that? I don't know. Lots of belly in the blade, and Bowler N680 is your steel. 3.5 inches of it. And man, that's a nice package, and it's beautiful in the hand. Just beautiful. Super effective jimping. Just a stainless steel liner lock. And are these on? I can't, it's phosphor bronze. Hard to see in there. But very nice mechanics. Old school. Perfectly centered blade, nice flicking action, rock solid lockup, hard to beat that. Very near mint on this one, guys. Near mint to like new in box. And not only is the knife discontinued, the brand is discontinued. And guys, I found these all, well, not all over the place. There weren't a very big sample size of them, but the pricing was all over the map on eBay. There was a turd that sold for 68 bucks, and then they sold all the way up to 135. This one we're going to do at 85 bucks like it is. 105 with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening is available. The Lone Wolf Trask. Next up, this is a pretty cool knife from Kershaw. Now, this is the Ken Onion designed 1595 G10 Speed Bump. Now, just to be clear, they made the Speed Bump in a US made Sandvik steel version. This is a Chinese made knife with black G10. They list the blade steel just as stainless steel, so who knows. But it's got an interesting feature. First, it's a speed safe spring assisted knife. You got that old school Kershaw glass bead finish. Kind of a polished but toothy edge. Very oniony, wouldn't you say? But look at the lock. It's called the stud lock. So I'm going to push it forward with my index finger so you can see what it does. So the thumb studs actually, well, they're not thumb studs, or I guess you could use them as thumb studs, but they actually lock onto this shelf. A lot like a Mannix 2 ball bearing lock, but all exposed on the outside. See the little coil spring in there? Right there, you can see it on this side. Pretty cool. Novel, right? I'm not sure that it's very ergonomic, but it works well. But you got 4 7/8 inches closed. A 3 7/16 inch blade, kind of deceiving because you measure it here and there's a lot of blade going on back here. But anyway, let's see. I'm going to call this near mint, no box. Action and lockup are perfect. The centering is very close. May favor the right slightly. So they're discontinued. They're out of stock. I found them sold listings on eBay between 50 and 90. This is kind of near mint to like new. No box. Let's do it at $60 like it is. 85 for me to sharpen that swoopy onion blade. the Kershaw 1595 G10 Speed Bump. Next up, boy do I like this knife. From Mar. I've got a S2K OD, Mar SERE 2000 in OD micarta. How about that? Look at that, guys. OD green G10, absolute sear profile. The clip is going to be a long, deep carry PVD coated affair that should be reversible for left or right tip up carry. What do I love about the sear? This. And we are on nylon washers. Oh man, come on, Rob. It's better than that. There we go. I've got the pivot kind of tight, and I'll show you why. You could loosen it up. It still would have no play. There's your lockup. Stainless steel liner lock. I was trying to get the blade to center. It's just off to the left side. Probably should loosen the pivot a little bit and just let it be what it is. But anyway, you've got a VG10 blade, 3 9/16 inches in length, bayonet grind, that beautiful Mar stencil, the beautiful Mar thumb studs, the beautiful Seki City grinds, nicely finished stainless steel liners. Just a gorgeous knife and a piece of history. We're going to call this one near mint, in box, some very light carry wear on the clip, and you saw the centering. Discontinued, out of stock, not making them anymore. I'm not even sure the Mar brand is in existence. If it is, they're all being made in China. I found one of these in eBay sold listings that sold at $164. I know we got a centering issue on this one. Let's do $125 like it is, $145 sharpened on the Mar SERE 2000 OD. Next up, we have what we're going to call the Euro Budget Combo. The first thing we've got in the Euro Budget Combo comes in this little envelope style box. Inside is an OP number 8. You got your wood handle. You got your steel rotating collar to lock it closed or open. You got a beautiful clip point blade in carbon steel, probably like 1085, I think. Convex ground to a 0 edge. Blade length 3 1/4, handle 4 3/8, like new in the box. So you got that. And then you have this one from Svord. Svord. Made in New Zealand. It's the peasant knife. Very interesting. It's got kind of a, kind of like a Delrin in orange with some brass hardware. Looks like you can take it apart with screws. It is a friction folder. Obviously a carbon steel blade. 3 1/4 inches in length. The handle's 4 7/8. You'd be able to find that one if you drop it in the woods, wouldn't you? So yeah, it's pretty much like new in its little boxy thing, as is the Opie. These knives both sell for like 18 bucks. Web new. We're going to do both of them together, shipped priority mail, $30 plus 20 each to sharpen. That is the Euro Budget Combo. All right, moving right along. Next up, ooh, a knife I used to own one of and liked really well. I'm not sure why I ever sold it. From Lionsteel, it's the KUR in green. Pretty cool knife. Beautiful 3D machine and intricately milled OD green G10 scale. And one just like it on the other side. Inside is a kind of an inset locking leaf in stainless steel, so we'll call it a liner lock. Very thick, very heavy, deep carry wire clip that is ambidextrous for left or right tip up carry. You got those triangular female construction fasteners, which are very interesting. You get a flipper that flips a lot better than that. It's a ball bearing flipper, a big, broad, almost chef style blade, full flat ground in Sleipner, a gorgeous stonewash. There's your lock engagement. There's your free drop in action. The detent works just fine. That first one was a total misfire on my part. Lockup is dead solid. Centering is pretty close to dead, man. Depends on how I look at it. Pretty dead. Condition on a superb example is going to be near mint in box. You could say the detent's a little weak, but it's not really. Actually, it feels like it's getting better. I don't think this knife's been used enough. Anyway, beautiful knife. Web price on these brand new is $171. Can't buy them in green. They're gone. I think you can buy black, you can buy tan, not green. So let's do on this $150 like it is. $175 with my edge on it. That is the Lionsteel KUR. Next up, we're going back in time, boys, to the days when cold steel was owned by Lynn Thompson, the man, the myth, the legend. We have the TwoSun 4-inch blade, it says. We got old school super coarse G10. We got tip up left or right hand clips. I have the lefty clip in the box. We've got a triad lock. We've got that beautiful blade, OS 8, fully serrated, beautifully set and finished. The thumb plate also functions as a wave opener. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Nice action. Centering pretty close. Lockup dead solid. Condition on this one is very near mint, maybe like new in box. These are discontinued. They're out of stock. Never to be made by the Lynn Thompson owned cold steel brand ever again. Your price, $90. No need to sharpen that cold steel serrated edge. That is the TwoSun serrated. Next up, we had an Olight earlier in the sale. How about we do an O knife? This is the Zilla. The Zilla from O Knife. I'm going to call these G10 scales Ranger Green. Interesting little mill pattern. Nicely textured. I got a deep carry pocket clip. Looks to be painted. Going to be tip up, right or left hand carry. I got a big old flipper tab. And it flips out a big broad blade. Kind of a harpoon spear point. Looks like gauge design, serialized 0801. This is the limited edition green. Zilla. Blade steel is 154 cm. Beautiful finishing on that blade, by the way. Ground very thinly. Stainless steel liner lock. Engages thusly. I got 3 9/16 of blade, 4 7/8 inches of handle. Super nice in the hand. Lockup is dead solid. Ball bearing action is super nice. Centering is beautiful. Condition, we'll call like new in the box. These are $85 web new. I think you can still find them. They're still doing like $70 to $75 eBay sold listings. We're going to do this one at $69. Like it is, $89 with my edge. It's the O Knife Zilla. Next up, we have one from Artisan Color, but I don't have the bottom of the box. I don't know what happened. I got half a box and some brown paper. I do. But it gets better. I do have the Artisan Coutellerie specification card telling us that this is the 1821 NLS, which turns out to be an RKO small variety, Damascus blade, 58 to 60, G10 handles in beautiful black and orange, ceramic ball bearing liner lock. What? It's not a liner lock. It's not a liner lock. It is a detent slip joint, but it flips. Watch this. Ball bearing flipper, non-locker. Detent closed, detent open. And nice detent, guys. That Damascus blade is gorgeous. It's 2 7/8 inches in length. Look at that black and orange G10. I have never seen a pattern like that. It is super cool. Blue pivot collar, blue anodized titanium, milled pocket clip. I think there's a little nick in it somewhere, maybe a little burnishing at the end. Look at that hidden lanyard post, that blue backspacer. Super cool knife. And it centers up perfectly. Condition, I'm going to call near mint in box. In partial box. Price of these brand new at your favorite web retailer will be about $100 plus tax. Just buy this one instead. It's a much better deal. $75 like it is. $95 with an Apostle P edge. It's the Artisan Cutlery Small Archaeo 1821 NLS Damascus. Next up, we have one from Kaiser, and the label is kind of old and smudged, so I'll just tell you what it is. It is a Kaiser V3579N2 Infinity. It's a front flipper. That's how I front flip, because I suck. We have a spear point blade, kind of a Zulu spear almost. We got a stainless steel liner lock. We got a ball bearing pivot. We got perfect blade centering. We have black and white G10 in sort of a tuxedo pattern. Quite smart, don't you think? Deep carry right hand tip up pocket clip. Blade length is 3 inches. And the blade steel is N690. The handle's 3 15/16. So very efficient blade to handle ratio. We will call this near mint in box. And we can buy it for $49 like it is. $69. With an Apostle P edge. And next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. The Kaiser V3579N2 Infinity. Next up, it's time for another combo deal. This will be in your inventory as the Smith & Wesson combo. First of all, we have a tactical auto knife, and we've got a tactical boot knife, both from Smith & Wesson. First up, we've got the SW 1300 Twist Auto. Push the scale in this direction. Up she opens. Look at that. Beautifully polished blade in stainless steel. Tumble polished, looks like, with the Smith & Wesson logo. Do I need to wipe that? I think I do. Yeah, I just made it worse. It's all smudgy. There. How's that? Blade length on the SW 1300 Twist Auto, 2.5. Blade 3 9/16. That handle is hard anodized black, aircraft grade aluminum. Got a sort of deep carry right hand tip up pocket clip, and to close it, it's the same motion. Just move the scale that direction, and she locks up. Let's see. Action's beautiful. Lock up. There's a little vertical play, but I think that's because of that twist lock mechanism. No side play. And the blade centering is down the middle. And then also we've got this. This is the SWHRT3 boot knife, also in stainless steel. It is a 3 3/8 inch double-edged dagger with a 3 3/4 inch molded plastic handle. I got a molded plastic sheath with an integral clip. No box for this one. So let's see. The Twist Auto Sells for 80 bucks web new, but I think they're all out of stock. The boot knife sells for 18. What's that, 98 together? We're going to do both of them all together, 60 bucks, plus 20 if you want me to sharpen the folder, plus 30 if you want me to sharpen both edges of the dagger. The Smith & Wesson combo. Next up, I teased you guys about this one yesterday. From Bradford, I've got, it's a Guardian 3.5. I've never seen one like this. It got me kind of giddy. You got the horizontal Bradford sheath. Beautiful camo canvas micarta. There's like brown and tan and green going on in there. Oh, and it's got this blade. It's actually 3 3/4 to the beginning of the handle, but I see why they'd say 3 1/2. And let's see, what's that blade steel? Can you read that? What does it say? I'm having to squint, but I think it says CPM M4. It does. Beautifully stonewashed. It's probably kind of sharp too. Oh, it's very toothy. How about that, guys? How about that? Oop, I got something askew in here. Let's see. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I got it in upside down. There we go. So it's very near mint in box. Probably just more, character on the sheath than any mark on the knife. But these are out of stock. When they were available, they were $154 new, and they went fast at that price. That's a heck of a buy on that knife. Almost that good. Well, better than that, actually. It's near mint. It's $150. Try to find one. $175, you like my edge on it. Next day sharpening is available. That is the Bradford Guardian 3.5 in M4. Next up, I teased you about this one yesterday. Yep. His stock is rising, number 2. From Medford Knife and Tool, I got a 187 DP for drop point, an S35 VN steel, in standard tumbled finish. The handle, though, is the tumbled warthog pattern of mill engraving and anodizing. The handle is also tumbled, standard hardware, standard clip. Guys, I don't love Medford, but this is just a cool knife. The handle is designed to emulate the fuselage of the A-10 Warthog, which most of the fleet of which is stationed at Fort Wayne International Airport at the Fort Wayne Air Guard installation. We are the keepers of all the best A-10 Warthogs in the fleet. And here is a Medford 187 Warthog. Isn't that cool? So there's some engraving, and then there's some anodizing, and it's pretty cool. And then it's all tumbled. This side is sort of a rough tumble, like a bead blast on a tumble. You got that satin Medford titanium clip. You got, this is a big old knife, guys. 187, but it's a 4 1/8 inch blade. Horizontal satin on the flats. Grinder satin in the hollow grind. This is just squared away. Good job, Greg and the boys. Lockup is dead solid. There's your engagement. Hydraulic Medford action. Perfect Medford centering. Condition is very near mint to like new in box. There might be a little scratch right here, but it could be from tumbling. It's hard to tell. Squared away. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $550 web new. They were $550. This one can be yours. $425 like it is. $445 with an Apostle P. I used the Medford 187 DP Warthog. Whoops. Next up, from Willamette Tactical, never the same. We got a Rainmaker. Yes, we do. I'm going to show you the card first. What does it say? It says it has a 4-inch dagger blade in M390 satin finish, titanium handle, hole pattern milling, clip titanium, frosty finish with blue anno on some components, made 8/26 of 2019. This is such a cool knife. Look, oh. Look at the frosty. Look at the blue titanium hardware, and then the blue chamfers. And then the frosty clip, also anodized blue. This is a large knife, guys. We got 5.5 inches of closed length, a ball bearing flipper. I ran my point into my background. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Now, although this appears to be a dagger, the top edge not sharp. Okay. Double hollow on the M390 blade, 4 1/8 inches of reach out and touch somebody. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. There's your engagement. There's your ball bearing action. Man, does that thing flip. We'll call this very near mint in pouch. This knife at Blade HQ sold for $745 brand new. Let's do it at $550 like it is. $575 with an ApostleP edge next day. Sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. The Olamic Rainmaker. Next up, I got one that came in this here pouch with this here card. Now, this appears to be a Chinese-made Ferrum Forge knife, but it's not a Pro Series, right? And it's not a drop or a mass drop. It's the Alurus with 20 CV blade, titanium handle, marble carbon fiber inlay. Okay. So, kind of an acid stonewash titanium frame. There's your marble carbon fiber inlay. Milled titanium pocket clip, going to be tip up right hand only. We have a beautiful little flipper tab with nice sharp jimping. Superb action. That finger choil leaf shaped Ferrum Forge blade. Beautiful jimping, great grip. Let's see. 3 7/16 inches of 20 CV with kind of a tumble over a glass bead finish on the blade. Love that Ferrum Forge proprietary female pivot. Steel inserted frame lock, over travel stop as well. There's your engagement. It's rock solid. Ball bearings are silky. Centering is perfect. Action's beautiful. Very near mint in pouch. Looks like we got a little pocket burnishing on the corners, but just makes it more beautiful. Web price on these $2.99 at your favorite retailer. This one you can have though for $225 like it is, $250 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available. That's the Ferrum Forge Alurus CF. That brings us to the last knife in the sale. It also comes in a pouch that looks very Ferrum Forgey, because it is. This is from the Pro Series by Ferrum Forge. The model of the knife is the Exec. The blade steel is 20 CV and was made in 2019. This gent's folder is sneaky big. Okay, so we've got that sort of acid stonewash tumbled titanium. The same clip you just saw in the Alurus, milled titanium. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Nice tidy little flipper. Again, beautifully jimped. Superb flipping action. This has standard carbon fiber inlay. And there's that sort of acid stonewash tumbled after a bead blast blade finish. Gorgeous drop point. Get this, guys. 3 9/16 inches of blade. 4.5 inches of handle. So super efficient blade to handle ratio. Rock solid lockup. There's your engagement. Super nice ball bearing action. Nice centering. Oh man. Let's see. I forgot what these were new. I do know this. They were a lot more than we're asking for this one. Near mint in pouch. $160, and I think this has already got a polished edge on it. I can't remember if I did it or my consignor, but it needs no work from me. Okay. So $160 all ready to go. That's the Ferrum Forge Pro Series Exec. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the ApostleP channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now go get you some deals. Talk to you soon.